You have any poems ready, or should I start?
I have no poems ready. Of course, you should start. By the way, are we in black and white or wait? Did we do this?
Actually, we're not in anything. I forgot to put the camera.
But you also forgot something else, Cordelh. Cordelh, you forgot something else. High five. Oh, don't leave me hanging. Cordelh. Okay. I've got my poems ready.
Why? What's going on? Oh, there you go. Should you start? Or would you like me to start?
First, you start.
A noir shadow formed from two silhouettes, melting within each other through a sweat. Opposites like picture in black and white that have become one through the play of lights. One is a she, the other is a he. They play with their hand and kiss each other and seems to belong even though they are free, and at their own fingers tip they shudder. One can only imagine what they do, beyond or sight, in the shadow far through. And I have French translation. Une ombre noire formée de deux silhouettes, fondant l'une dans l'autre à travers leur sueur, opposées comme des images en noir et blanc, devenues uniques par des jeux de lumière. L'un est une elle, l'autre est un lui. Ils jouent avec leurs mains et s'embrassent, et semblent s'appartenir, même s'ils sont libres, et qu'au bout de leurs doigts, ils tremblent. On peut imaginer ce qu'ils font au-delà de notre vue, dans l'ombre, au loin.
What does mean de l'ombre?
The shadow. Shadow.
Ah, the shadow.
Yeah.
De l'ombre. I love it. De l'ombre. I have to learn it. You know what the shadow is in Russian?
What is it?
Тень.
How?
Тень.
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 Yes, yes, you said perfectly. Тень.
Тень.
Yep. Тень. De l'ombre. Тень.
Nice.
So, and a poem from me. Imagine yourself, like, it's not yet a poem, but it's the setting. Imagine a siren sitting on a stone, like near the sea coast, and she tries to imagine the world around her. She closes her eyes, and the whole thing she sees just around her, the snake eating its own tail. It's called Ouroboros. So she's sitting inside this snake, and anytime, like when she opens up her eyes, she sees the people, the stones, the seagulls, sky, wind, anything. When her eyes go, anytime she closes her eyes, she's inside the circle of the snake. So she addresses the snake. She asks it to speak to her. And like from Greek mythology, this snake's name is Ouroboros. And she asks, "Oh, Ouroboros, who am I?" "You are a pure being who sees the texture of divine. You are way more beyond your seeing, beyond beginning and the end of time. Who are you, enigmatic serpent? You're all I see, encompassing my world. I'm all and nothing. I'm pure knowing. I wasn't born, but have evolved. What is beyond you? Pure potential, pure light, no texture, and no fears. You will know yourself as long as you are within me. Without me, all knowledge disappears."
It's very pretty. Is this a new one?
No, it's an old one. Like I wrote it 4th of May
I like it a lot.
on the Star Wars Day. Because may the Force be with you.
Of course, it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, if I would knew how to share the screen, I would show you the snake that I made. I picked up some old driftwood on a sand, and I made it in a circle. And one driftwood looked exactly like snake's head. It was so perfect. It looks amazing. And I put it in the sand, which is wavy from the wind, and no human like messed with it. No, nobody stepped in it. I put those driftwood in a circle. I made a picture, and it looks exactly like Ouroboros. It was so amazing. Like, yeah, I wish I could show it to you. Yeah.
It sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I dream one day to make this musical about a siren. So Ouroboros is one of this series, because siren speaks to siren is trying to discover who is she, what is her world, and she's like, she sees the world differently from other people, and she's a siren because she's not like other people. She's somebody unique. Yeah.
Sounds really pretty.
Yeah, well, it would not have happened without you, so thank you, man. I learned I learned to dream and to
I
follow that.
didn't learn anything. Come on, all those things were already in you.
Maybe, but yeah, maybe I will never know the truth. Like, because it's, how would I know what would happen? Yeah.
What will happen? What do you mean?
Yeah, like that. Like, for me, it is the sequences of my life. Like one action leads to another
Reaction.
happening in my life.
Action, reaction. I
Like,
see what you mean.
yeah, look,
Cause and effect.
yeah, cause and
Effect.
and Cause and effect, cause and effect. It all goes this way. If you would remove one piece of this domino, how would the other dominoes would fall? So I would never see it as anything what happens is already in me, because it already happened this way. So how would I know that it would not happen completely other way? Yeah, it's hard to explain. We can read some poetry.
I like your explanation. I
Thank
liked
you.
it.
Thank you. So that's why I see it. Mm, I see everything is connected, and without those let's say causes, there would be no effect. Yeah,
And the word you're looking for is holistic. Everything
holistic.
is holistic. Holistic.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'm learning already. Once again, what was the word for shadow in French?
L'ombre.
L'ombre. It will be today's word. Like I will repeat it every time. I will forget it. L'ombre. And by the end of the stream, I will remember. And you remember the word for shadow in Russian?
I'm sorry.
Тень.
Tian.
Yep. You see? The l'ombre, тень. Yeah.
Okay, I have here a French poem with an English translation.
Super.
Le sens de naître. Si le lot de mon existence se réduit à n'être que moi, solitaire, à une telle distance de ma mort et renaître roi qu'il serait égal de périr et ne jamais plus exister, quel est le sens de mon être? Quelle est la nature de naître? Toutes nos joies et tous nos sourires, toutes nos larmes bientôt attristées, quel est le sens de ces visions? Si moi-même je ne peux me voir, et adoration, dérision n'empêcheront rien de se mouvoir, quelle est la raison de naître? À quoi bon se reconnaître? Tout est sujet à l'entropie, l'utopie devient dystopie, et les vivants sont condamnés à mourir ou vivre damnés. Pourtant, nous rêvons tous de vivre comme si la vie n'était qu'un rêve. Chaque jour, il nous faut revivre cette horrible vie trop brève. Ne pas exister ou naître pour ne jamais se connaître et ne pas avoir à trouver un sens à la vie à prouver. And in English it would mean the meaning of being born. If the lot of my existence is reduced to being only me, lonely at such a distance of my death and be reborn king, it would be equal to perish and never exist again. Then what is the meaning of my being? What is the nature of being born? All our tears and all our smiles, all our joys soon saddened. What is the meaning of these visions? If I can't see myself and worship, derision will not prevent anything from moving. What is the reason for being born? What is the point of recognizing yourself? Everything is subject to entropy. Utopia becomes dystopia, and the living are doomed to die or to live damned. Yet we all dream of living as if life was just a dream. Every day we have to relive this horrible life too short to not exist or be born, to never know each other and not having to find a sense for this life to prove.
Oh my God. When did you write it?
3 or 4 years ago, I think. Wait, I must have a date on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on the 31st January, a year ago actually.
A year ago.
A couple of days after, yeah.
So you have a specific story to this poem?
Um, it's about karma, and it's about that concept that people always say, okay, if I have bad life now, perhaps the next life it will be a better life, and I'm actually
Mm.
destroying that concept by saying that if the if the way of existence is reduced to not to only be me,
Mm-hmm.
but I would at the same time be as far to be reborn king as I would be to die,
Mm-hmm.
then what would be the point of existing, you know? Because it would mean that I would have a lifetime to spend before I become king. And,
I
you know,
understand.
that's a little bit the concept of this poem. It's a critic about, it's a questioning about what is the meaning of existence, and a criticism about uh, reincarnation, if there is such a thing.
Why would you need to be a king?
It's a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Kings can do whatever they want, you know? It's a metaphor.
But do you think the point of karma and reincarnation is to reach the bliss of doing whatever you want?
I don't believe
Is
in
that
karma, actually.
okay? Okay, the criticism. Okay, coming back to the criticism of it. Then, do you think karma, end goal of it?
Okay, like, let's hypothesize that karma did exist.
Mm-hmm.
I would not get the, well, reincarnation, you mean, I
Yeah.
guess. I would not get the point of it. I would not understand what's the point of it. Because if I have to die to be reborn king, then I will forget everything I am, and be reborn king would be just equal as dying and never having existed. And that's that's what I'm poking at. That concept that instead of waiting to become king next life, you should question these things and perhaps, question it.
But isn't there this moment in between lives in reincarnation where you actually remember all the previous lives, and somehow this entire knowledge makes sense? Let's imagine,
You're talking about nirvana.
yes, I'm talking about nirvana. Let's imagine that our life is like a specific video game we play. Let's say our life today is Super Brothers Mario. Tomorrow we will play another game, I don't know, Sugar Rush. Okay, so it will be Sugar Rush. The day after tomorrow, we finished Sugar Rush. We will play, I don't know, Wreck-It Ralph. Sorry for the children reference. Okay. And the the one who is experiencing all the games, like while this being playing, let's say Mario, Sugar Rush, and Ralph, like while playing Mario, he doesn't think about Sugar Rush. While playing Sugar Rush, this being doesn't think about Super Brothers Mario. Like, this being is purely immersed in the game he started from the beginning and wants to finish. Sometimes this being gives up. And I always imagined that karma talks about this being that plays a different video game, and each reincarnation is the new game this person started. Yeah. So in between spaces, in between the games, this being is able to remember each game it already had played. Doesn't know yet the games that it will play, but it does remember the games it had played. And yeah, so this is approximately how I would explain karma in gaming terms.
But in that case, Mario Bros. Is not Zelda.
Zelda is also a video game, or Princess?
Well, Link, if you prefer. Link is the boy. The prince that saves Zelda. You see what I mean? There is a cut, which means that to me it's more important to become king during your own lifetime than wait and hope for a new lifetime to pass and be reborn as something that is worth living. That's what I'm trying to push in that poem, the concept that it's not worth waiting to die and be reborn.
Yeah, I understood the concept of the poem. Like, if you want, but let's say if you want Super Brothers Mario, what is the point of starting a next game? If in the next game you're not somebody who already won the previous game. Yeah.
I see what you mean, kind of. But I would say that it's not about winning. It's never about winning or losing. It's always
Becoming a
about...
king is kind of winning to me.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But I took that example, that metaphor, to express the idea of the difference between a common person and a king.
Yeah, but common person depends with what level this common person started, has the possibility to become a king. But then this common person will still die even after becoming a king at the end. And the next game, it will start from zero. I would say becoming a king, you would not be born a king unless you are born a king in this life. So that's the way you started. Yeah. So it's like we talk about two different things. I'm talking about the concept of this as a whole. Um, your poem criticizes the general concept of karma.
Yeah,
But by the way, I love this conversation. It's like, wow.
thank you.
Yeah, you wrote an awesome poem, man. Love it. Okay. Once again, tell me the shadow in French, because I forgot
L'ombre.
again. L'ombre. Does it have an article before, like le l'ombre?
L. L.
Elle,
Yes. Okay, so actually it's ombre.
ombre,
Yes. But the shadow is l'ombre.
l'ombre.
Yes.
What What is ombre by
Ombre
itself? Is
by itself is shadow.
okay, and l'ombre?
Is the shadow.
Okay, ombre, the shadow. L'ombre,
L'ombre.
ombre, the shadow. L'ombre, the shadow.
Yes.
And in Russian, in both cases, it's
Tin.
тень. Oh my god, you have awesome memory! High five. Catch me again. Yeah. Thank you. Let's see what I have here. Okay, last time I messed up one moon, and this time I will read it properly. Because I tried to read one moon from memory and I messed it up. Let me do it again. Once again, a poem about friendship. And one of my first poems and the most favorite poem of mine. The poem that Cordelh likes. From the poems I wrote, I made.
Like all your poems, come on.
Yeah, but this one, this one you claimed it's your favorite. Also, my favorite is vodka bottle still. Okay. It's called One Moon. One sunny day, a happy wolf was taken down by fate. His flesh got ripped by metal teeth of someone filled with hate. A wounded wolf limped to the river. There was no soul around. He looked through trees for friendly eyes. There was no one to lick his wounds. Oh how, is there someone? Oh how, help me. A bleeding wolf looked to the sky. There was his sister moon. He limped high up the mountain top in hope she cures his wound. She stared back with her pale glance. Her light was not her own. She just reflects her father's sun, who is already gone. Oh how, is there someone? Oh how, help me. In pain he howled at her light until he heard a cry. Is that an enemy? A friend? Why would he help me? Why? From distant rocky mountain top another wolf replied, Are you alive out there, my friend? Please wait for me. Don't die. Oh how, are you still there? Oh how, don't die. The other wolf rushed fast to help, forgetting his own wounds, that let him climb his mountain top, attracted by the moon. One moon, one sun, but many wolves and many mountain tops. There many wounds out there to cure, until our heartbeat stops. Oh how, are you still there? Oh how, don't die.
It is indeed still my favorite one that you wrote. Super
Thank
pretty.
you.
Do you have the Russian translation?
The Russian translation my mom did.
Mm-hmm.
I have it
Let's give a
in my
little
hands.
cheer to your mom for that.
Thank you, mom. It's called «Баллада о волках». Как-то в солнечный день лапу волк повредил, Знать, судьба изменила ему. Он отбился от стаи, голодный, хромой, оказался в дремучем лесу. Волк добрался к реке, что текла под горой, ведь друзей трудно встретить в глуши. «Ау, ау, кто-то есть? Ау, помоги!» Но вокруг ни единой души. Кровь сочилась, а волк тихо в небо смотрел. Там сходила сестрица луна. Он на гору поднялся, поближе к луне. Может, рану залечит она? Равнодушна луна, у нее бледный взгляд. Отражает лишь солнце она. «Ау, ау, кто-то есть? Ау, помоги!» Но вокруг лишь одна тишина. Он от боли завыл, заклиная луну. Вдруг послышался вой под горой. С далекой скалы волк ответил ему: «Подожди, я приду, ты живой? Кто ты? Друг или враг? Подожди, не страдай. Ау, ты там, не умирай. Еще много дорог у тебя впереди, пока сердце бьется в груди». Волк-собрат к нему бросился, раны забыв, и помог. Он не будет один. Ведь луна одинока, и солнце одно. Только много дало волков и вершин. Много ран можно вылечить светом любви, пока сердце не станет в груди. «Ау, ау, подожди, ты живи, не умри. Мы придем, мы ведь братья твои».
It's lovely in Russian. Really like it.
Yeah,
Like your
thank
voice in
you.
Russian. It's fun. I
Does
do.
it sound different?
Yes, it does actually.
Like, I also noticed, like when you speak Spanish, it sounds completely different from French and completely different from English.
It's because I
It
use
is like,
different muscles. In French, I use mostly this part and a lot the mouth, the muscles of the mouth. In Spanish, I use different parts of the different muscles. In English, the same thing. Actually, yeah. I think it's the same with Russian and English for you. I personally feel like your Russian
it
is
might be.
softer than your English. When you speak in English, you
Oh,
have a how do you call that? Lower tone of voice. Yeah. But when you speak in Russian, it's softer. I can hear it.
okay. So softer means lower.
Higher.
Okay.
I mean,
Higher.
yeah,
So Russian is higher
yeah.
than English.
Nah, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
that
that's
it's
right.
really high. It's
I
just that,
noticed that as well.
yeah,
That my voice is deeper when I speak English.
yeah. That's what I mean. Your voice is deeper when you speak in English. I think we've lost Nodrik. Well, she'll come back in an instant.
I'm sorry, my internet sometimes
It's okay.
plays tricks.
We're not online. It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah. Did I freeze in some funny position?
No. That only happens to me.
I once again, like I will repeat it. I will go on doing this. It's our thing now. Ombre, the shadow, L'ombre, the shadow. Ombre, shadow. L'ombre, the shadow.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And the words which are the same in Russian and French, I know by now. Koshmar.
Koshmar. That's
Yeah,
funny.
everybody who speaks. Yeah, koshmar in Russian and in French means nightmare.
I wonder where nightmare comes from. It's probably some type of Celtic word or something like that.
I think in German, bad dream means mare, die mare.
Yeah, but it's probably something like that.
Mare, because night is at night, and mare is the.
Yeah.
So probably night and mare comes from German. Yes. Not mar. It's even written the same.
If you wanna go see Elon Musk, I'm sure now will be the time. It's 10, you know. We can pause and restart later. I mean, it's a video, you know. You should do it, honestly. I know it will make you happy.
Ooh, it would make me happy if I would go with you. If you would be there with me,
Okay, I'll go with you.
will you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but dude, don't